Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Claire and you are watching another episode of Spiritual Sundays, a series where I talk about all of the deeper issues in life, from subjects related to mental health, human psychology, spirituality, and so much more. Now, since we are approaching the new year, I thought I'd talk a little bit about goal setting and why it's important to know where you're going in life. So the other day I was having a little scroll through my Twitter feed, as you do, and I noticed this tweet pop up from a lady, not somebody I follow, just something that had been retweeted. It said something along the lines of, "I'm a woman in my late 30s. I've never owned a property, I've never had any children, I've never been married or even come close to being in a serious relationship. I didn't plan life this way, it just kind of happened." Although she wasn't saying it in a negative way or complaining or anything, I couldn't help feeling empathy towards her. As I read it again, it was the last part that really got my attention. I didn't plan life this way, it just kind of happened. And I thought about why it is that some people's lives don't turn out maybe the way they might have imagined. And suddenly it hit me. If we don't actually take the time out to plan out the life we want for ourselves, it will just kind of happen. This then really got me questioning my own life, because when have I ever asked myself what it is that I want or how I want things to turn out? Truth is, I haven't thought about it that much. Most of us don't think much about our future dreams and goals, or if we do, we push them aside, calling them a silly fantasy, especially as we get older. We might say, one day I'll do, have, or be this, but never actually put any plans in place in order to get there. Yes, we plan for the everyday, things like writing out a shopping list or keeping our finances in check so that the bills are paid, making little decisions as to what we're going to do at the weekend. But we rarely take the time out to map out our future goals, such as where we want to take our career or what kind of relationship we want to have. Of course, I can't speak for everyone here, because there are certain individuals who have a very clear vision of what they want and exactly how they're going to get there, but this type of person tends to be in the minority. I admit that I've always been a little bit scared of the future, so I don't tend to think about it too much, as it often triggers a lot of worry and anxiety, so instead I just kind of take each day as it comes. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for staying present and focusing on the here and now, rather than letting our mind get carried away with needless thoughts of fear, worry and doubt. But if we don't actually think about and plan our future, who knows where we might end up? It would be like getting in a car and driving to an unknown destination with no road map. We're probably going to go round in circles and most likely end up in a ditch. Now, of course, we might just happen to stumble across exactly where we want to be, but it's probably going to take us a while, possibly even our whole life. We're essentially leaving things to chance or fate, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but why risk doing that when we can dream up the most incredible life for ourselves? I believe that deep down we all instinctively know what it is we want. We've all come here for a reason and we all have a specific purpose, even if we're not fully aware of what that is yet. So what if we don't know what we want or why we are here? What exactly can we do about that? I've often found myself in this place in the past, going round in circles, wondering if and how I'll ever find my way, stuck in a pattern that repeats itself again and again. Although we can often feel pretty hopeless during these times, there is a way to break free, and breaking free is exactly what we need to do. Trying something else, doing something different, stepping outside of our comfort zone. You'll be amazed at how doing one tiny thing that is different to what you would normally do can completely shift your reality and change your life. I have found this exercise particularly helpful in growing my business as well. If we continue to do the same thing over and over again, we will continue to get the same results. Whereas if we change one small thing, we might get a totally different outcome. Sometimes we need to switch things up to keep it fresh and exciting. Otherwise, it just becomes a bit stale and stagnant. Things don't really move anywhere. So if you're really unsure as to what it is you want to do, get yourself out there and try as many different things as possible. Do different activities, date new people, even just walk or drive a slightly different route to work. This is a particularly good one if you're more introverted like me. It's just about discovering more about ourselves and seeing things from a slightly different perspective. Trial and error. And as we go through this process, we can take note of what we did and didn't like, and more importantly, why we did or didn't like these things. Then using this information going forward, it will gradually take us in the direction of our true passions and purpose. Once we have discovered things that we like and enjoy, we can start thinking about the bigger things in life. The main areas tend to be relationships, career, money, finance, lifestyle, and health. Really take the time to look at each of these areas of life and add additional areas if you wish, and think about what it is you'd like for yourself. Allow your mind to go totally wild with this exercise. There are no limits. Ask yourself what kind of career you'd like to have. Do you want to start a business? How much money do you want to earn? Or how much do you need to be financially stable and satisfied? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? Do you want to get married? What about children? Think about your lifestyle. Would you like to travel the world, or would you rather stay settled in one place? Where do you see yourself living? At first, this exercise may seem very overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Focus on one key area that is important to you. This is where it's really helpful to know what your core values are, and I will do a separate video on that in the future, but essentially it's about being aware of what means the most to you. Maybe it's being in a happy, loving relationship, or maybe it's having a large sum of money in the bank. Everyone has different wants and needs, so whatever it is, write it down and create your dreams and goals around that. In one of my previous videos, I talked about the power of visualization and how we can use it to get what we want in life. Rather than worry ourselves with how we're going to achieve our goals and dreams, instead, we can just picture the end result and really allow ourselves to get lost in it, feeling all the emotions almost as if it was happening right now. Believe it or not, once we can do this, we are well over halfway there. The action steps we must take will become clear in time. Knowing what we want and making clear defined goals can also give us more clarity as we go about our day-to-day life. It can help keep us motivated and boost our energy levels, reducing indecisiveness and increasing productivity. Don't worry if it takes you a while to discover what it is you want. This is not an overnight process. People look at me and my business and say that I seem very focused with a clear mission, like I've just got everything figured out. But what they don't know is that it took me over 10 years to get to this stage. For so long, I felt really lost, but eventually I broke free and took a huge risk which completely changed the course of my life. And the truth is, I'm still figuring things out. We all are. As we grow older, our needs and wants change, and sometimes what we thought we wanted turns out to be not what we wanted at all, and we find ourselves on a new path, which is totally okay. Life is a journey, a continual learning experience, and if we can start to see it that way, it relieves a huge amount of pressure. It's supposed to be fun, an exciting adventure, so allow yourself to explore and enjoy all of the possibilities. You never know what you might find. So, a little task for this week, which I don't normally do, but I want you to set yourself a new goal. It doesn't matter what it is, big or small, just make a commitment to focus on that one thing only, and then see what opportunities come your way. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button so that you don't miss any of the latest updates from me. I have got some good stuff planned for the new year. I want to start like a new series and hopefully I'll spend a bit more money on my camera kit, particularly lighting, because I realise it is getting a little bit dark, so lots of good stuff to come. And of course, if you have any questions or things you want to talk to me about, please do pop them in the comments below or come and say hello to me over on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching and Happy New Year. Bye.